Hello everybody, this is Archsimmusic, coming to you again with another house video. This is called GoldenSun7. It's actually an entry for the Dutch Sims 3 Masters building design video competition that he's doing for the world that he's building. So this is like my entry for that competition. Yeah, this video is extremely long, so I apologize for that. There's just lots of little things were kind of going wrong with this house while I was building it. So I got it like running at like 16 times and just kind of busting through here. But pretty much what I wanted to design in this, when I was designing this lot was, I wanted it to be like kind of what I would consider a smaller house, but I still wanted it though compact to have like all the elements that you could want or need from a house or from a lot. So that's kind of the approach I took. It was I wanted like the split level, like I wanted a lot of like kind of unique and kind of neat features to it, but I still wanted it to be fairly small, which for me is a challenge. I think designing small is more challenging. The roof on this, man, roofs just, they're just not my thing. They make me crazy. But I knew that I kind of wanted a flat roof. I kind of wanted like a layered effect for the roof. So that's kind of what I'm working towards. I had a number of different ideas, and Sims wasn't quite working with me and letting me do what I wanted to do, so I kind of improvised, and I got something that was pretty darn close to what I wanted. So, but I was working on that actually for quite a while. I think the house in total took me like 3 hours to do, which I felt like was a long time considering it wasn't a very big house. But I did do the interior as well, so I don't know. What I ended up doing is using those skylights and kind of having those hang over the adjacent roof sections. Like from the front view, it looks like they're layered, but they're not like really layered because it wouldn't really let me do what I wanted to do. Yeah. So I know I wanted wood and stone to kind of play with each other as far as the exterior materials go. So I found this wood siding and put that everywhere, and stone bottom. Kind of a lighter wood, lighter stone, or like gray tones. The roof changes a lot, actually, quite often, because they're just my Achilles heel. So right now I'm carving out the master suite, which is kind of isolated by itself. Out there, it has its own bathroom, has its own kind of little balcony area as well. The doors change actually quite a bit as well because I couldn't figure out what I wanted those doors to look like. And these are the 2 bedrooms. Kind of hard to see because it's kind of moving fast, but again, like if I didn't have it going this fast, it would have taken like again, this is like 16 times, so it would have taken like I don't know how long, too long. Here what I was trying to do is trying to have like a door from the drop down area to come out to go outside, but it just wasn't working for me, so I was like, okay, forget that. I'll just figure out another way to put a door to the backyard. As you can see, this house is kind of built in Bridgeport. That's kind of just where I put the lot. I do understand that his lot is actually tropical, so it'll fit in a little bit more, like when I do the landscaping is very tropical and stuff, so I think it'll fit into his world quite nice. Here, just kind of throwing in some idea of kind of where I want some landscaping to go, but I don't actually do the landscaping in the video. I actually did that independent of this video, but you'll see screenshots of it just because it was just getting too long. I was kind of struggling a little bit with some things, but I'm kind of carving out some areas outside, kind of figuring out what I want to do out there, but I don't actually like landscape it. So again, back to the roof. I keep going back and forth just because the roof is always a challenge for me. And I had an idea, like I was going to put like a trellis that goes kind of on all the pieces that overhang the actual roofs that cover the house itself. But then I decided not to go with that. So yeah. I was like, the roof's boring. And then I was like, wow, I don't really care. See, I took that all away because I didn't like the way it looked. Just kind of throwing in some color on the walls here in general. Throwing in doors. That's the door to the backyard right there. It comes off the kitchen. The backyard is very petite. The lot was a decent size, but to me, it wasn't big enough to have just a ginormous backyard, which, you know, isn't a big deal. And here, I was struggling to put in the stairs for whatever reason. It was saying that there was an object or something in the way, which I didn't really understand that. So I was working with that for quite some time. That's why I say I was just kind of running into technical difficulties throughout the whole process. Saving, because I actually started this lot. This isn't actually the first one. I started one and then it crashed. My computer crashed. And, yeah. You probably already know how the story ends. I had to start all over and kind of sucked, but whatever, you know, I guess. No sense in crying over spilt milk. So that's the kitchen, actually really big kitchen. And then the dining area actually was quite sizable too. Like this whole area is just big. Actually kind of bigger than I thought. You'll see me saving quite often. Yeah, I mean I could have, and I restarted my game because it was acting funky. Yeah, sorry about that. But anyway, yeah, my game is just acting weird, and it's been crashing a lot lately, so I try to restart it a lot. Pretty much an open concept, though, for the most part. Everything's open. I do like that level change, like how the living area just drops down into like kind of a little nook of its own. And this is the bathroom, which serves, of course, for guests, and the 2 bedrooms off to the side, which, if you wanted to, you could turn them into, one of them into like an office or something. I don't know. I just made them bedrooms. So it's, you know, it's a house for a family if you wanted. Like if you had a family, you know, with 4 people, 5 people, whatever, it would still be comfortable. And again, there's the garage, and there's a garage in the basement. And there's also space down there if you wanted to put another bedroom down there, if you wanted to do whatever. That space in the basement is available. If you want it to be like a workshop or something, it's a little added space. But I think for a 1-story, you know, it's very spacious, and you have all the necessities and everything you could kind of need or want. And I thought that was successful with this one design. And it was very, what I would consider traditional in a way. But I do like the textures, like how I brought that wood inside. I really like the way that turned out. It looks really nice, and it did add like a necessary sort of detail or necessary sort of complexity to the interior, because again, most of it is just that one color, at least for now. When I go into the bedrooms, I make, I color the walls and stuff like that. So here, just really just doing the interiors. I was actually carved that initial nook, like where the couch is right now, that little nook over there by the garden. I actually carved that out for like a bookcase, like bookcases, but then I was like, no, I want this whole thing to be glass, and so that all changed, kind of. So this is the master bathroom. Nothing too crazy in here. And it looks out to that private kind of balcony space, which is kind of nice. Like the master suite, I feel like has its own character. It has its own claim, I guess, to the building design itself, which it should as a master. I was kind of thinking of color schemes. Ended up going with this kind of pale wood color and like blues, like a light powder blue, and then more of a rich kind of like water blue, like ocean blue. Wow, it's not really ocean, it's more like a sea blue kind of. Put a little desk in there as well. Reading nook. And of course, good old-fashioned plants. It's a little decor. So that was pretty quick. Again, saving, because I did lose all my work that one time. It made me really angry, and I was upset with myself for not saving, because I usually do. I digress. So back to another bedroom. I knew I wanted burnt orange in this. Well, no, I'm sorry. That's the next one. My bad. I used like a pale green for the wall. I was going to do burnt orange. But I ended up doing like this, finding this kind of green, yellow-green color that I thought was really neat. And I was like, ooh, this would look really awesome with purple accents. So that's pretty much what this room turned into. Added some other little pieces, decorative elements in that room as well. The rooms were actually bigger than I thought they were for some reason. I don't know why I thought they were smaller than that, but they were pretty nice sized. Then this is my final room with the burnt orange walls, which I think all the rooms turned out nice, unique in their own way. Again, my computer was acting funky, and I think it's because I was recording the screen or whatever, like making this video pretty much. I think that's why I was kind of lagging or acting weird, but I didn't want to chance it. So I was like, well, let me save every 5 seconds. I think that little area turned out really nice. It's really what I would consider, at least in the Sims game, it's kind of like a waste, if you will, because you can't really do anything with it. The Sims don't really interact with it. It just looks nice. And I was going to do the landscaping, but for whatever reason, my game wouldn't recognize the plants. So we're just going to go into screenshots now, the final product with the landscape and everything done again. Like I said, very tropical in feel as far as the landscaping goes, and I think the house itself will, fit nicely into a tropical world or climate. So I think it'll fit really well. This is looking down into that garage, which I really like the way it turned out. It's really steep, but it's nice. So this is just a little video again, just showing kind of the front of the house. And then I also wanted to show the skylight in the entryway, which I think looks really nice. So that's a screenshot of that skylight again, which is a pretty nice element there. This is a view, so in a tropical climate, of course, looking out to the water and stuff like that look better. Again, I made this in Bridgeport. So those are the views that we have in this video. But yeah, I just really like the open concept. I like that it's light where I want it and not everywhere. I like that, again, that drop down area. On the outdoors areas is pretty simple, not too big, but I think it has enough to, keep everybody happy. It's the bedroom, that last one we did with the blue and burnt orange, dark wood highlights, that shared bathroom. The other bedroom with that kind of greenish yellow wallpaper, which I really, or wall coloring paint that I like a lot. And then the master. And so our video is coming to an end very shortly here, and I just want to thank you for taking the time to look at my video, and all the links and everything will be in the description. You guys have a wonderful day.